So good morning and welcome to this week's episode. We've come up to Oxford, RSPB Otmoor, at least for the morning anyway. The forecast for this afternoon is supposed to be not that good, so if that occurs then probably going to go off to the Oxford farm, have a check on the trail cams to see whether the barn owls are visiting regularly. My intention was to get here before dawn. Got in the car park, still dark, walked, because it's quite a bit of a walk to screen one. I wanted to get there in plenty of time to set up with a view to trying to film the starlings leave the roost. Managed to do that last year, really quite a spectacle, so it was just like fingers crossed, hope we managed to capture it again.
I quickly set up, conscious that the starlings would leave the safety of the reed beds at any moment. They were still in the reeds to the left of the screen, sounding quite restless. It surely would not be long before they erupt into the sky like a plague of locusts. A pair of marsh harriers circled above the water and reeds, disturbing the wildfowl in their search of prey. These geese, in flight, seem to signal the off. A pulsating mass of starlings moving along the reed beds, the sound of the wing flaps gradually building. A bird of prey looming ominously. This bird of prey briefly suspended the starlings' departure preparations. With the loss of one poor soul, the remaining birds seemed to take advantage of this moment, rising almost as one, leaving the protection of the reed bed. What a breathtaking view and sound, an ideal way to begin the day. And the first rays of sunlight have yet to peek over the horizon.
Well, I hope you agree with me that although it may not be, as long as an even murmuration, especially if you get a lovely sunset, it can be really spectacular as they make all those shapes in the sky. But what I like about coming in the morning and seeing them is you really do get an appreciation of actually how many there are. Difficult to say, I don't know, but many, many thousand. So the rest of the morning now is going to be up to screen 2. Have a look to see what we can see there, maybe to the Wetland hide for the birds. We get stone chats and yellowhammers last year before we go off to the Oxford farm.
The water levels here still seem to be quite low despite the amount of rain we've had, with a few scrapes providing the ducks and lapwings feeding and resting opportunities. A marsh harrier perched in the tree on the far shoreline, likely her usual spot, resting and observing before the hunt.
So I think that's it for this session. It's quite bright now, but I'll recheck of the forecast, and it's 12 o'clock now and we've got some rain coming in at 2, so I want to have an opportunity to be able to get at least 2 of the cameras if I can before the rain comes. So it's not a bad session. Really pleased that we managed to get the starlings leaving the roost. It's quite an audible sort of an occasion, really. I hope that comes over well in the film. Not a great deal else. I was going to go to, I went to the Wetland hide, but the sun was just, low and in the wrong position. So screen 2, yeah, a few birds there, which is quite nice. That marsh harrier, lovely light. So on to the farm. Let's see what comes.
During our previous visits to the farm, I've installed a perch in front of the camera with the intention of obtaining some close-up views of the owls. Since the owls' visits have become much more frequent, I'm impressed by how quickly these birds adapt and utilise the new perching opportunity. It seems that these are the same birds from last winter, as they appear to be regularly perching in their favourite spots on the barn. I think I'll adjust the perch to a T-shaped beam, large enough, hopefully, for both birds to sit at once, and probably I'll move it back just slightly. Up at the field camera, this post still seems to be attracting a wide range of birds. This one mistaken the camera for food, it seems. A first here, a female stonechat braving the rain. And another first, a tawny owl. The farmer had mentioned hearing one call at night. Maybe I'll suggest making a nest box. Could be another little project. It looks as if the pair of barn owls are taking advantage, of the large post and the post holding the camera. Note the light reflecting back from the fox's eyes in the grass just above the post. This clip certainly amazed me. Owls are notorious for not liking the rain, so for it to be out means it must need to feed and brave all weathers. The fox approaching again, closely watched by the owl. A common buzzard with a meal. It deals with it so quickly, so I've decided to zoom in a little and slow the footage down so we get a better view. For me, what a productive day. Fortunately, the rain held off long enough for me to travel the hour or so home. I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and myself and Denise invite you to join us for a cup of coffee in the next one.